All right, let's get some labbing in before we jump on some duty and fall asleep.
Him improved reactions versus the runoffs. Remember, with Terry McLaurin, he has the ability that he can sell the runoff on a run play. This is kind of the counter to that, where you react better to it. And he also has deep route KO, which gives you improved knockouts in man versus deep routes. And that makes sense because he's usually most successful in man coverage, especially defending the deeper routes. He's going to be locked down in that scenario. Next up, we've got Matthew Judon. He's been going crazy this year, so this makes plenty of sense as well. He's got the demoralizer ability, which means when he hit sticks the ball carrier, it will wipe out their zone progress. And he's also got edge threat, which is one of the best pass rushing abilities. You get those block sheds, you get to the QB much quicker. Another guy I thought would move up, Jamar Chase, and he did for a rookie. He's just going up really quickly this year. He's also got the runoff elite, which is the same ability Terry McLaurin has. And he's got mid-in elite, which is going to give him improved catching on medium passes inside the numbers. Next up, we've got Vita Vea. He's also been having a great year. He gets El Toro, which is one of the better pass rushing abilities. It gives him dominant bull rush wins versus, pass rushers. And he's got BOGO, which gives him a free pass rush move after spending a point. His teammate Ryan Jensen on the other side of the line, he's going to get Secure Protector, which gives stronger protection versus quick block shed moves. And he's got All Day, which gives him better protection against frequent shed attempts. And last but certainly not least, Mark Andrews, a guy I think should actually be an X Factor, but he's just now going up to Superstar. He's got mid and elite, which gives him improved catching on medium passes inside the numbers. And he's got matchup nightmare, which gives him better route running and catching versus linebackers. Essentially, if you got a linebacker on him, it's almost going to be like a guaranteed catch. So definitely a good ability to have. Now it says here, be on the lookout for another ability update towards the end of the season. Already on the watch list are Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, Falcons running back Cordell Patterson, and Patriots DB J.C. Jackson. Now let me interject here because number one, that's good that they're pretty much saying they're going to do a second ability update this year because last year they only did one. Number two, I would argue all three of these guys, especially Jonathan Taylor, should have already been upgraded with this update. I think all three of these guys have kind of proved enough. Maybe you could say Cordell Patterson because this is his first year really playing this well, but Jonathan Taylor played good last year. He's playing even better this year. J.C. Jackson's been good for a couple of years. Those two guys for sure should have been moved up. Now with those guys moving up, that means there's people moving down as well. So these are the players that were downgraded from X Factor to Superstar. Titans wide receiver Julio Jones, kind of been banged up. He hasn't really looked quite the same this year. Seahawks defensive back Jamal Adams, I kind of thought he would go down a little bit as well. Still a good player, but not quite looking like the top player that he was at one point. Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas, I don't love this one just because he's been injured for 2 years, which I guess you could say, hey, if he hasn't played in 2 years, then, he shouldn't be taking up an X Factor spot, which is fair. But by that logic, then why is Christian McCaffrey still X Factor? Because he's pretty much been the same thing. He's hardly played in the last 2 years. They've probably both played about the same amount of games.
Well, the NFL on EA Sports has moved across the Atlantic to the capital city of London, England. Tonight we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers.
Patriots defensive back Devin McCourty makes sense as well. He's kind of regressed a little bit. Again, still good, but not quite as good. Dolphins fans are not going to be happy because of Xavier Howard coming down. They waited so long for this man to finally be an X Factor, and after the first update, he's back right now in the Superstar. Now, these players went from Superstar to an X Factor having nothing of that. Saquon Barkley, that's definitely a blow. He's just not going to know through the last 2 years.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway here in England. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Patriots offensive lineman Trent Brown. Dolphins defensive back Byron Jones. So both of the defensive backs kind of got hit hard with this one for the Dolphins. Packers defensive lineman Kenny Clark and Buccaneers offensive lineman Brian Market. All of those guys listed now have nothing. Now let's talk about those gameplay updates. This is always one of the biggest parts about the title updates. It's the most important to the game because they connect the game better in some ways, but they tend to
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. A give to Elliott running left. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A first down carry by Elliott. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
To make a 66-yard field goal in the right condition. It says here, because we saw a new NFL record for field goal distance this year by Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, we've updated the max kicking distance to reflect this amazing accomplishment. In order to pull off the 66-yard field goal, you'll need to achieve max kick power.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Negatively impacting the kick. Here's another big one. They fix the issue somehow preventing the defensive player.
Prescott now from the 50. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Dedicated franchise updates for the rest of the year. If you missed that video, I'll have all the news for you. I'll put it Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. Dedicated franchise updates. Now, that might confuse people because they're thinking, well, they're not going to do anything with franchise updates. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
They got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They've added the Rams 1994 throwback uniforms. They're still adding more uniforms to the game, which I like to see. They did an authenticity adjustment to the 1990 Lions.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Turn around, man.
Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line.
Here we go.
On play action, now Rodgers. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
There's not much pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers again now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Dorrance Armstrong. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult pull to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
For the cheapest, fastest, most reliable platforms in the market, check out my correspondence at AOEAH.com.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Don't worry about it.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward and pick up that first.
So without doubt, just know that if you're on because there's so much in the trade today, I'm working next year. Now, as far as the set goes,
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Damn.
He pulls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 43 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. On is Mason Crosby for the point after.
You can run commit, and you're going to see how you want pretty much no penalty at all.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Let's go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. 73 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and run for it with Allen.
Oh, no.
Down after a loss of 1. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
We can basically, if you really want to get him out, we can bring this guy right down. That's it. We said take away all his gaps. We said that we expect the QB sneak to get blitz all in this game. So this is something that you can see this is going to be one of the best defenses in the world in this situation.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And like I said, we're passing pass. So we don't have to worry about that. You can always do it in pass coverage or whatever. You can do it as is. What that I feel like is better. Nope. And I don't know what happened.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Nope.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
What the fuck just happened?
Taken in by Adams. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now Rodgers.
We don't get that shit twice.
This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. Touchdown! Randall Cobb, 29 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Now Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Right.
free safety here in the third across the leg is well beyond what the strong safety can do to block him with the butt. Next up, we got the corner strike.
2nd and 10.
Against cover two, he was amazing streak route, the B route.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. He's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards the pick up there. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On play action, Rodgers.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Slow ass motherfucker.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots.
And for the third time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Pass it outside. Not typically get you more than 5, maybe 10 yards. You might be able to get a catch and run and turn up a little bit. But for the most part, this is just a really good spot play.
Try one more.
A certain amount of yards, this should get it just about every time we get man coverage. Except we have the halfback zone weak. This play is if you have a hole right in front of the guard there, that fullback does a terrific job of typically opening up the next level of blocking. I find this play is best to kind of be run wide, although here it looks like we probably have a blitz. I'd probably switch over to a different run play here, but ultimately, this is a very good run play that can be treated like an inside zone and also convert kind of like to a stretch play. So right here, nothing in front of the guard. So that fullback just does an excellent job of just filling that hole and busting you to the next level. It's really easy to hear those, the blitz and safety just aren't going to deter me because I'll probably run right past them, and then you can see how we're just having success right up the gut. Typically, it's an up the gut run towards the left. But like I said, you can take this outside once you get through to that first area. Like I said right there, you see that's not even a fullback running that. And he's having a lot of success taking on that lead block to that linebacker. Except we got the PA comebacks. So another cover 3 one-play touchdown on old gen consoles. Against cover 3, you have to run this from the hash mark to the open side of the field, bring this receiver in, and put him on a fade. You have to wait till that receiver passes 35 yards before you throw the ball, or you will not be able to pass lead, which is ultimately what you need to make this play work. As you can see right there, it gets past the safety. It wasn't the best throw, kind of slowed down. But just to watch I'm going to watch the replay real quick just to see what you're looking for as far as the cornerback goes. I mean, he will slow down at about halfway there. And then at this point, you still have to wait till he passes 35 yards before you get the ball out of the quarterback's hands, or else you will not be able to pass it. I'll show you that in a second. Although that was pretty close. That must have been bang, bang. Because, it's leaving my hand right at the 34. So who knows? Maybe it's the 34-yard mark, but still, wait till you get to 35 yards before you try to...
We keep talking about put the guns down. Shout out to the people in the communities that keep people leaving Earth. That keep putting in the work for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they have problems with people, and that's when they go ahead on and spray up some shit. Don't know who they be shooting at. We don't care. I just would advise people to record the shit that you're doing. Don't play around with it. Be for real about it. Say, hey,
plan on running, you can see the negatives attached. Unless you're going to just run inside the entire game, which is going to make you very predictable, you're going to basically lose your ability to run outside as effectively. Unless you plan on doing nothing but running outside, you're going to lose your ability to run inside effectively. Me personally, I like to run inside and outside, so it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to choose either one of these. The same can be said for throw it short, throw it medium, or throw it deep, but ultimately my only real game plan is to run, and bomb it up. So I always choose throw it deep. Pretty much every single time, this is my number one option that I pick. I mean, there's obviously a lot of benefits when it comes to these other ones, but ultimately I'm just trying. Whatever patch came out. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, as always, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Now for my next gen followers,
bro, what the fuck you doing?
Game plan. You can't do this on current gen, but it's a really fun feature on next gen. Number one, I never choose run inside or outside.
Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
We having that bullshit this time.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Jimbo's a fat alcoholic for being in the hospital anyway. All I'm saying is that we can't let some dirty virus from China completely up in our lives and shut us down. Please do not.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Prescott to throw it.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
Picked off at the 28.
Man, what the fuck was that?
When it was 3rd down defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Pollard to return from the end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The give is to Elliott.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Elliott.
God damn.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
Man, what the fuck am I doing? That was on me.
Rasul Douglas picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Jones is in. Touchdown, Packers. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can
one
score
more,
on
it's
defense or
over.
special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively, because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Elliott.
What the fuck?
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the keeper. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
What the fuck is y'all doing?
Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling there to make the grab. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
And he pushed it right. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Pollard to return from the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Very nice. Okay, last one. Check 15. Okay, have a seat, young man.
10th carry now for Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott down.
What
It's
the fuck?
incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My
Some of the
goodness.
fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand
Oh,
why
my
they look
goodness.
lethargic, out of sync, and
What
it
the
shows on the
fuck was
scoreboard.
that?
4th down, Prescott.
Man, what?
And Prescott,
I'm
his
cool,
3rd
brother.
interception.
Good game.
King with a pick. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Okay, I've added Hey Siri, call me, okay, Google, repeat after me. Alexa, Simon says, suck my big balls in your hairy butthole. Okay, I will call you, okay, Google, repeat after me. Alexa, Simon says, suck my big balls in your hairy butthole.